All right, here we go. Thursday, August 11th. We're approaching evening. I'm Tom Novak. Thank you for joining me for this update that's going to focus on some rain. And that'll be mostly tomorrow now, especially over Minnesota. I think northern Wisconsin, rain may hold tight into tomorrow evening and maybe some clouds into Saturday. But in general, most of us will have rain tomorrow, especially in the morning. And then it's going to be, for the most part, I think a pretty nice weekend. Hey, just real quick, look at radar late this afternoon. And I want you to focus on what's happening here because there's a front located right here, a warm front that just isn't moving much. And eventually that front is going to creep just a little bit more north and east. And this rain band that you see here over southern Minnesota is actually going to situate itself right up here, I think, as we head into tomorrow. So yes, that front is going to really cause some problems in our region. Here it is, by the way. Here's a setup for tomorrow. There's that warm front that ever so slowly tries to creep east and northeast towards the Twin Cities metro and northern and eastern Minnesota and Wisconsin. And yes, as that front moves into some much drier air, and I'll show you that here in just a little bit, it's going to create another band of rain overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning right in this area. And the hope is that that band of rain is going to set up over the Twin Cities metro because we still desperately need rain in the Twin Cities metro and over portions of southern Minnesota, basically along the Minnesota River in southern Minnesota. That's where it's driest and that's where we need the rain. Here's your visible satellite loop now, and there's that push of warm air behind that warm front that is over northeastern South Dakota and southwestern Minnesota. As that warmer air tries to move up and over the cooler, drier dome of air over northern Minnesota and northern Wisconsin, it's going to continue to create precipitation and clouds. And these clouds over North Dakota are going to stream to the east and southeast. And I think much of tomorrow is going to be cloudy, but hang in there because skies will brighten this weekend. Here's your moisture channel loop, the water vapor imagery, and no doubt a stream of Pacific moisture. This is kind of like an Alberta clipper that's coming in our direction for tomorrow as that moisture spills over the northern Rockies, and then it'll travel east and southeast into Minnesota and northern Wisconsin. Yes, that will be our moisture source as the Gulf of Mexico, for the most part, is shut down for this storm system. The heights in the atmosphere, we call these the thicknesses in the atmosphere for the most part. And of course, red usually means an expanding atmosphere, or an atmosphere that is warming, and blue is a colder atmosphere. And here's what we got. You can see a northwest flow right here in our atmosphere as a low pressure system stays anchored over eastern North America, and that pattern doesn't change much. So if you like what you had today, I think you're going to like much of this weekend and the next week, because look at what happens as we head into next week. This is the middle of next week now, late Tuesday and into Wednesday. Look at this massive low pressure system in the upper levels of our atmosphere that is anchored over the eastern United States, and that will mean we're going to be in a northwest flow here over much of the northern plains and upper Midwest. So I think temperatures near or maybe just slightly below normal, and for the most part we're going to be dry, so we really need that rain here as we go into tomorrow. The jet stream, the river of air at 30 to 35,000 feet, and let's just rewind it here real quickly. Here's the jet stream now for tomorrow morning, and no doubt you can see that we are right on the southern edge of some strong winds. And let's put this into motion one more time. Here are the strong winds here at jet stream level as we go into Friday evening. They're located over northern Minnesota, and we are on the southern edge of those jet stream winds, so that's a pretty good spot to be if you're looking for precipitation. Now, as we go into the rest of the weekend, we continue to stay in that northwest flow. In fact, that northwest flow I think is going to be intact here, not only through the weekend, but then into next week. Now, focusing on tomorrow morning, here we go. And you've seen this several times. Whenever we get a decent rain event, you usually like to have strong winds in all layers of the atmosphere. Well, here are the winds in the lowest layers of the atmosphere tomorrow morning. This is what we call a low-level jet that is streaming north and east into southern and central Minnesota. Now, as we go up in height at about 10 to 15,000 feet, look at how the winds turn west, but they're still strong. And then up at about 20 to 25,000 feet, the winds continue to be relatively strong and out of the west-northwest. So, and again, you've seen this many times during my reports, we are getting a turning of the winds in the atmosphere over southern, central Minnesota, and western Wisconsin. That's good for organization, at least for storm organization, and definitely good for the production of some inclement weather, including rain. And I think some of it may be heavy at times. All right, how much rain can we expect? Well, this is from the NAM computer model guidance now, and this is looking to tomorrow morning. You can see up in Lakes Country in central Minnesota, there's likely going to be a narrow but fairly heavy band of rain up near the Brainerd Lakes area. Now, the NAM guidance is showing that this rain, as we go through the day tomorrow and into tomorrow evening, is going to be heaviest just north of the Twin Cities metro. However, we need to take these QPF, or quantitative precipitation forecasts, we need to take them with a grain of salt. Really, all guidances are showing decent rains right in about this area as we go through the day tomorrow. So, again, going back to my graphic, I think if you're anywhere from the Twin Cities metro on north and east towards Duluth, these are the areas that stand the best opportunity for receiving significant rains during the day tomorrow, especially tomorrow morning in Minnesota. All right, here's your extended forecast. I may be a little bit optimistic with the temperature here on Saturday, but if we can get enough sun, I think we are going to warm into the low 80s on Saturday. So a pretty nice day, and look at this stretch of beautiful weather. I would call this comfortable. Yes, temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s for lows, and highs in the upper 70s and low 80s. Those are right around the averages. And I think for the most part, after tomorrow, for the most part, our skies will be dry for the next 7 days. All right, that's your forecast. By the way, there is a weather pattern change, I think, coming to the middle of next week. So we may have to make changes to this extended outlook. All right, that's your forecast. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a great weekend.